What's up, YouTube world? Vince back again. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna lay out my hammer effect. Show you how I lay it out. Hopefully, the video is going to be close enough so you can see it. I'm going to go step by step and explain everything to you. This ball is available on the 21st, tomorrow. As well as you can pre-order it right now and get yourself ready for it through any BowlerSmart Pro Shop or BowlerSmart.com. For all of my jerseys, go to coolwick.com, use my code VORTIZ10, save 10% on final checkout. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my videos. I try to do the best I can for you and give you what I can so I can maybe educate you a little bit. Maybe see something different that you don't see with all the other videos you see out there. But yeah, so let's see what we can go through it. So I'm going to adjust the video a little bit and move it down so you can see. Hopefully this will work out. So, I mean, this ball is popping, man. This thing looks so good. You know, I mean, it just looks really, really good. The colors are fantastic. Pink labels and everything, you know. So the pinup layout that I use is 54.5 by 25. It is my benchmark layout on everything that I use pinup. It allows me to see what I want to see out of the ball, get a better read of it. These are the type of pencils I use. I use a carpenter style pencil. The lead I get is, matter of fact, I'll post the links underneath of where I get it from and the name of the pencil and all that stuff. So that way you can check it out. These things are fantastic. All right, so as every pro shop's going to start, pin through mass bias. Nice thing about these pencils is, well, for one, if you know how to roll your pencil, you're going to get a much cleaner line. Just because you're rolling the pencil instead of going back and forth, trying to create a thin line. So right there, 50. I'm using yellow. Probably should have used white. So pin through that. My pin to pap, I like 4.5. Right there, as you can see, 4.5, hopefully. If not, you know what, I'm going to try. Let me see if white looks a little better. Maybe a little higher contrast to see. So of course it's going through the yellow, so you can't see it that well. But there's my pin to pap. Maybe a little better. All right. Valve angle. Vertical axis line, for those that don't know, 25. See right there? Kind of hard to see. 25. That through my pap. I like to make a long enough line. You can always clean lines. My pap is 1.25 inches up and 4 inches over. Right there. With me so far? Cool. All right. Always make sure when you're lining this thing up that you're using the correct side of the spine. Don't go down the middle. You could do it, but you're going to be off by a little bit. Is it off enough to really alter something? Maybe not, but I want to be where we should be and as accurate as we can. And go from there. All right, there's the center of my grip line. This right here, center of my span. My span is 4 inches total. I do a very small grip cut to cut. So I start here like this. I put my 2 right there. My 0, there's my thumb cut. There's a top so I know where I'm at. I'm also using a Jopo thumb, so I give myself a 16th to the edge of the outer, and this line right here is actually my thumb cut, the inside edge of the joke bow rather. All right, so that's what we're looking at. Thumb down here. Again, I have a very relaxed short span. I'm going to draw lines just so you can see it, exactly where it's going to land. Hopefully you can see it. Over. Again, I use long lines for a reason, because I can wipe them off. Now, I don't use typically a bridge line. I go instead 5/8 to the center of the drill bit, but I'm using vacuum grips, so I'm going to go 5/8 plus on both sides. And then, so you can see the line straight up there and there. That's what we're going to be looking at. That would be my 1 finger hole, 2nd finger hole, center of the grip, and my thumb, right? Now, if I were to put a bridge line, which I'm not saying you can't, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, it's just how I was taught and how I do it. So this way, if I hit this line too heavy, if I'm too heavy on that line, hopefully you can see that. It's a little bit of a glare. If you can see that. So if you hit this line a little too heavy, you've now made your bridge a little more narrow. So try to remember there's different sides to the actual pencil line. So here I didn't turn my pencil, I just kind of went whip. This way went whip. Here I went whip. As you can see, the line is thick, thick, thin, thick. That's a problem in my eyes, because being a former construction guy, you want a thin line because you want to hit exactly what you're looking at. So I always try to, when I'm doing something, I want to roll my pencil the entire line just to try to get the same thickness of a line the entire way. So it's not crazy wide. And again, that's just me. Let me zoom in a little bit. Maybe you can see that a little better. So that's what I'm talking about, is I try to get as thin a line as possible because I don't want too thick of a line. So that's what my layout's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and scribe in my lines and get it going. And then next we'll drill her up and we'll get it going so you can see that too. So a little brief break here and we'll get back to it.